What's up everybody, how's it going, and welcome to this episode of Car Rant. Today we got Ian with us and we're doing Metruckus things, and more importantly we're riding this today. Where we're at with this guy, some things happened off camera. They've got the entire fuel system completely plumbed. They've got a new battery box that'll hold it in place. We've got our actual air-cooled system now bolted on, and in the same espresso brown the rest of the frame will be. We've got this actually sorted, we just got to bolt it in place, and then we'll have a functional handlebar, or not handlebar, throttle bar. We've got all the little bits of wiring kind of collectively put together. Now he's going to take that, we're going to try and lube it up so we can get that guy slid onto the bar all the way. And then I think we should be able to actually try to take it for a very, very small ride. Not fast. Not fast at all, just because of the fact that, well, not a lot of gas. It's like maybe a quart in that thing, and also depleted front tire filled back up with air so it actually hold air, and then see if we can take it for a ride. Also, for those at home wondering why we're using motor oil to this, if you lube up your handlebars, we learned this the hard way, if you lube up your handlebars just a little bit and then lube up the vinyl grips like we have the Vans ones here, that'll actually enable you to slide it on with very little resistance. It works pretty well. Ta-da! Done. Alright, this is a don't try this at home moment. We're doing this without a front wheel. And everything kind of just floating in the void down here. This is me being itchy. Hold on. I kind of forgot we have a choke. So that scared the crap out of me for a second. This is a very hard shell. Oh, the vibrations are crazy. You good? Alright. If I die, I enjoyed what I did. Nope. I gotta get this idle straightened out. We've not actually ever run this motor. This thing kicks like a mule, and it definitely needs air in that tire because it's scrubbing so bad. I got hit in the face with water and I didn't know what it was, and then I saw the tire and realized it rained a lot on this thing, so that tire's full of water. I thought for a second maybe I got hit in the face with fuel because we don't have a cap right now, but nope. It's just because of the fact that there's water in the tire. So we're going to tighten up the handlebar, kind of organize some things a little bit. We're also going to double check on this idle and see where it goes from there. And then we're going to let Ian ride it. Do it again. Alright, choke on. After a couple little test runs, this thing is a lot of fun. It's also really scary because we don't have the front tire at all inflated. So all we've really been doing is just making sure that the tune is right for the carb, that's like the preset jets and all that, but then also getting the idle straight. That way after you do ride it, when you stop, it doesn't die immediately, because that was something that we were finding it was doing. Now it's working pretty well, so we're just gonna go ahead, gonna crack this thing and get all the brake fluid out, because this brake fluid is disgusting. It even smells bad. That's the funny part. Like, it's just not good. Oh, it's leaking.
Oh, you made it in.
You're wondering what was up with those brakes. Doctor, does this look like I have cholesterol?
That's like
that's super
arterial
bad.
degradation.
That is super bad.
That's disgusting.
Unfortunate. Alright, so what we're actually going to do is we're going to cannibalize, as you can see in the background, the Metropolitan's future setup. We're going to cannibalize its brake system, stick it on here. If we can avoid having to take off that part there, we'll do it. But if need be, we'll just shove the Metropolitan's bottom end on this and call it a day. Not going to front, no pun intended, but this front is looking pretty good actually. So I was just telling Ian, I might actually have to invest in another Shinko front end for this guy, or just buy the same wheel that's on this one for this one. Because I'm kind of, I don't know, it's hitting all the right notes, because this guy, he's done. He is beyond done. We got to get a completely new tire, get it aired up right, all that. And I think once that's done, we'll just swap these two out. That way this can go together. Because this was also the low-down shocks, so they were made to sink more, whereas that's like the stock height ones. So it's actually a little bit more chopper-esque. So yeah, this is actually going to be quite the nice little ride. Now we just got to get the brake line plugged back together, make sure it's all straight. And I think we also need to make sure that we have everything we need in line for that wheel. Like, there's supposed to be a roller bearing, got to make sure the roller bearing's in place. That way the wheel stays centered. And I think we'll be able to take it for its first actual road test. Front brakes are lead, they bite pretty well. We are going to have to, unfortunately, revisit this because of the fact that, you know, it is leaking a tad bit of fluid. So it's doable for now. It's not like a crazy leak. It just only happens when you engage the nice part. So I'm going to find out what it can do. It's fast, so be prepared, it's very fast. Keep it going. Very glad that I went ahead and put the stretch rose front end on this one. A, it looks really good. The Shinko tire is just beautiful. But also that added height that the standard height shocks gives us actually gives us more ground clearance. Even though it's still very low, it changes the pitch angle just enough so that you're actually able to ride it very comfortably. And it almost sits like a Harley chopper stance kind of thing without the really high handlebars. Once we get the new handlebars, it'll definitely sit real nice and pretty. But good Lord, that thing is fast and we need some gas in it. He's coming back. Again, we're missing all the other body parts right now, but eventually we'll get them on there. After going to get gas and getting questioned by a stranger who walked up and was like, "What is that thing?" I was like, "Well, would you believe me if I said it was a moped?" We are home now. Now that we're back home, Ian followed behind me. He was able to document how fast this moped went, and let's just put it like this. If you don't follow our socials, you should, because we're actually giving away a sticker pack to the guy who guessed the closest to the correct answer for how fast the Metruckus would go on its first go without any sort of tuning whatsoever. With that said, drum roll please, Ian. How fast did the Death Wish Metruckus go on its first outing?
50.
If you guess 50 miles an hour, you'll be seeing your name pop up on screen right here, and we will be in touch with you to tell you about who won the sticker pack. Dang boy, he fast! There's just a couple of things we gotta button up and finish up. Once we get the parts we need for the upper assembly to actually like bolt on all the fairings, we'll be able to clean up a lot of the front end, because the front end is really raw and messed up right now. We also need to get a new bolt for the starter, because the one that I had was really temporary, and unfortunately, due to the vibrations of the road and this vehicle, that bolt went flying. Hopefully not into the bopper tire, but it went flying. Once we have the front end completely dialed and figured out, we will be addressing this gas tank area. So we're going to actually put a cover on it so we can hide stuff like the CDI, which is currently bolted to the center stop, I guess. I don't really know what you call that. But that stuff will be tucked underneath and more or less kept in place on the bottom of this. That way we can keep it all nice and clean. And we'll actually be doing another thing we talked about on social media. We will be putting a sticker bombed footwell area here that will cover over the gas tank itself. That's going to be covered with basically coffee based stickers. So there's a lot that's still left to do as far as like aesthetics. Tuning wise, definitely going to be getting a new tire, getting possibly even a new wheel setup, because I think we do like the bigger front wheel. So I think we're going to probably put one on the back of this as well. We will be addressing some suspension issues because it is really tight, which is good because it's heavy. But namely, we need to figure out how to soften some areas up with maybe a little bit of rubber. That way it's not so vibration heavy. We do need to address our exhaust situation because that needs to actually be hung on something. This was all just a way to prove that the bike works, and more importantly, it drives well and shoots fireballs.
Big ones.
Apparently I shot a huge one and it just, a big cone of flame like out to about here apparently. So
Yeah, it was big.
sitting at the traffic light and...
Yep, it went pop. It went pop, and it took out, like I could not see like a good portion of the exhaust. That's how big it was.
I genuinely thought I broke the motor. That's why when we got to the other light, I just looked at Ian and was like, did I do that?
Rich tunes. Hey, I need to be the next Focus, just in a moped for me.
Oh my god. Or the Evo on the underpass at Herndon. And I gotta put it out there, not sponsored by Death Wish. We just really liked our coffee, and if you want something strong, try it. Mechanics, you'll all love it, because it'll give you the energy you need to deal with people's garbage. So, you rode it as well. Mm-hmm. We do have video of that. Personal opinions.
Want.
Want.
That is
One word.
One
Want.
word. Want.
This thing, it feels like a Harley. As someone who sat on one, you were looking at one a long time ago.
Yeah, I was looking at a 2014 white glide?
Something like that.
But yeah, no, it was, that thing's fun. If you get the adapter for it, which is, if I get one, I'll have to do that, but...
Oh, to raise your handlebars higher?
Yeah, I want one. I need one. I need one for when I'm here.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Way, that thing can't keep consuming fuel.
Also true, because, you know, that beast, once that beams is running, is going to be one hefty boy.
Yeah, but...
For fuel economy.
Actually, I don't know, because apparently those seem to be like stupid fuel.
Yeah, we'll find out. Either way.
Hypermile it everywhere.
Oh god, hypermiling a sports engine. That's a great way to kill that starter. Either way, I gotta go find my glasses. So I'm not wearing my dark sunglasses and can actually see something. I'm also gonna go put my hands in water because of the fact that my hands are shaking right now from the amount of vibrations I just absorbed. Super stoked that the Ruckus, now Metruck project, the Death Wish, has finally come to life. And more importantly, rides really well. So without further ado, check us out on socials. Thank you all for watching. God bless you guys. And we'll see you next time. Peace! find out where it is.